Inside a hut deep in the forest, surrounded by dirt floors and meager rations, sits a perfectly preserved, lifelike stone statue of a royal woman. This is the home of a destitute woodcutter named Rakesh and his young son, Sagar. Their warm, breathing presence stands in sharp relief against the cold rock. Every day, Rakesh meticulously cleans and cares for the statue, with a tenderness that ignores the crushing poverty of their surroundings. For 10 years, this routine continues in silence. It only breaks when Sagar finally asks the question his father has spent a decade avoiding. Who is the woman frozen in the center of their home? Rakesh reveals the devastating truth. The stone figure is actually Sagar's mother, held in petrification by a condition long considered irreversible. The narrative now shifts into a generational test, examining whether a legacy of hope and resilience can actually survive and overcome 10 years of absolute despair. To understand the origin of the stone mother, we have to look at Rakesh's past. He lived in such extreme destitution that he often went days without food. Despite constant mockery from neighbors, Rakesh maintained a quiet confidence that his life would eventually change. That change arrived when he found Princess Ulupi, wounded and abandoned in the forest. Rakesh chose to protect her, bringing her to his hut and nursing her back to health despite his own lack of resources. Their bond led to a marriage that defied every social expectation of the kingdom. They chose a life of mutual devotion, explicitly rejecting the established hierarchies of class and wealth. This defiance triggered a systemic retaliation. When a neighbor betrayed their location, King Ugrasen and his royal priest, the Kulaguru, arrived to forcibly dismantle the union. This timeline illustrates the specific mechanics of the Kulaguru's curse. He granted Ulupi a 2-year window before she would turn to stone. The goal was to use the psychological weight of that countdown to slowly erode the couple's bond. The curse was designed as an ideological punishment, intended to prove that the pressures of poverty and suffering would eventually destroy their compassion. In the present, Sagar immediately rejects the finality of this history. He ventures into the dangerous forest alone, determined to find a way to reverse the petrification. His journey is interrupted when he finds a dying sage, the Kulaguru in disguise. Sagar halts his quest without any hesitation, prioritizing the survival of a stranger over his own urgent mission. To save him, Sagar must retrieve water from a red pond guarded by a lethal demon. At the water's edge, the demon issues a life-or-death ultimatum. Sagar must solve a single riddle to survive. What moves faster than the wind? Sagar identifies the answer as the mind, demonstrating a sharp, focused intellect even under the threat of death. Sagar's instinct to risk his life for a stranger confirms that he has fully adopted the radical compassion his father practiced every day. Upon being healed, the sage realizes his life was just saved by the son of the woman he cursed a decade ago. Consumed by guilt, the Kulaguru reveals the path to the ultimate cure, a sacred, freezing lake hidden deep in the north. At the edge of this glowing lake, Sagar faces a final guardian spirit. To access the water, he must provide simultaneous answers to 7 profound philosophical questions. This diagram highlights 3 conceptual hurdles. The guardian demands the highest duty, what is darker than ink, and the veil covering the world. Sagar answers compassion, stigma, and ignorance, drawing on his father's example, mercy to the princess, enduring poverty's stigma, and resisting village ignorance. The guardian was searching for a mind that remained insulated from the world's standard, cynical logic. Sagar returns to the hut with the sacred water, the physical result of his successful navigation of the guardian's trials. As the sacred water hits the stone, the gray surface melts away, revealing warm, breathing skin. The 10-year curse is broken. Rakesh, Ulupi, and Sagar reunite, becoming a whole family for the first time in a decade. Resilience is more than just enduring hardship. It is the act of maintaining a heart pure enough to pass those same virtues to the next generation, giving them the tools to conquer the impossible.